Hi, church family and friends. I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. How did you celebrate? Did you enjoy a big meal with family and friends? Or did you enjoy a quiet meal with just a few? Was a nap or possibly a football game or maybe both included in your celebration? Maybe your gathered group of friends celebrated and talked about, shared their stories about what they were thankful for. Thanksgiving, after all, is a wonderful time of year to slow down and reflect on all the things we have to be thankful for. Usually, we want to share the good things because we want to hang on to the happy memories. Are you are you thankful after all for the challenges that you went through or the burdens that you carried this past year? I pray that if you did experience challenges or burdens, that you were able to see the hand of God at work in your life. In those moments, I hope that you felt the closest to God. I'm not saying that God delights in our difficult circumstances, but I know from my own personal experiences that it's in those moments that He shows up in a very big way. I found that if I'm not paying attention, I miss seeing the hand of God at work in my life, and I begin to blame other people or circumstances for the situations going on. In October of 2020, Reader's Digest printed this story I wanted to share with you. It says, when Mrs. Klein told her first graders to draw a picture of something for which they were thankful, she thought how little these children who have lived in a deteriorating neighborhood actually had to be thankful for. She knew that most of the class would draw pictures of turkeys or bountiful laden Thanksgiving tables. After all, that's what they believed was expected of them. What took Mrs. Klein aback was Douglas's picture. Douglas was so forlorn and likely to be found close to her shadow whenever they went outside to recess. So Douglas's drawing was simply this: a hand. Obviously, but whose hand? The class was captivated by this image. I think it must be the hand of God that brings us food, said one student. A farmer, said another, because they grow the turkeys. It looks more like a policeman, and they protect us, I think, said Lavana, who always is so serious. That is supposed to be all the hands of those that help us, but Douglas could only draw one of them, she went on. Mrs. Klein had almost forgotten Douglas in her pleasure at finding the class so responsive. When she had the others at work on another project, she bent over his desk and asked whose hand it was, and Douglas mumbled, "It's yours, teacher." Then Mrs. Klein recalled that she had taken Douglas by the hand from time to time. She often did this with her students, but should it have meant that much to Douglas? Perhaps, she reflected, this was her Thanksgiving and everybody's Thanksgiving. Not the material things given unto us, but the small ways that we give something to others. I pray that you had a great Thanksgiving and that the story you shared was a happy story, a happy memory. Just remember, some people have had challenges this year for whatever reason. So as we begin to count our blessings for yet another year, remember to reach out to others. Be the hand of God to someone in someone's life. Share your story of what God has done in your life, how He's met you in your time of need, how He has been with you in the difficult moments, and how He's been with you in the happy times. How can you slow down and just be present with those that mean so much to you? You may never know how much your touch, your time means to another. Church family, I love you. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you Sunday.